Yay! Give it up for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yay. Were you guys celebrating something?
We celebrate a birthday, but the birthday girl left.
Nice. That's fantastic. Whose birthday was it?
It was my daughter Izzy's.
Nice. How old did she turn?
14.
14. That ripe age of 14. Craziness.
Going on 50, yes.
That sucks.
Yes.
She's like, yeah, it does. That's great. It does suck. I've got kids, and that's why I'm here. Because I needed to get away from them tonight.
Oh, good. Welcome.
You guys know about that. Yeah, needed to get away from them. I love my kids, though. I live in the suburbs. I live in Johns Creek, so this was like right down the street for me. The thing I didn't realize about when I moved out here to the suburbs is I thought I would be raising like free-range kids, just free-range organic kids. Come to find out, I'm just raising Wi-Fi range kids. As soon as they get outside the Wi-Fi range, they buzz and come back in the house because they don't know what outside is. You guys know what outside is? You guys ever been outside? You remember that, guys? When you used to go outside?
Yeah.
Like they just said outside. Like what's there? It's called space and earth, people. Space and earth. I'm actually feeling really good. I'm actually glad that we get to go out just a little bit more now. Give it up for all the first responders, guys. Give it up for all the first responders. Yeah, give it up. You got two right there? Nice. Fantastic. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I love first responders. They're doing a lot of hard work. Only thing I feel bad about first responders is like paramedics. Like they've got a cool job, but they're like the lowest rung on, the medical like tier. You know what I mean? They're just like, yeah, we want you to like know medicine, but we prefer if you were good at driving. But I like paramedics. I think they're super cool people. My favorite kind of paramedic is what I like to call the one who wished burn in hell. That's my ex. That's why I don't like paramedics, guys, because it was my ex. I don't hate her. She's just the first one I remember I didn't like anymore. But the thing about paramedics is no one ever said they wanted to be a paramedic when they grew up. Like that's not what you saw in like your third grade. What do you want to do when you grow up class? Like the only guy who probably wanted to be a paramedic was this dude named Brad. And we called him Brad the Stab because that's all you do as a paramedic. You just stab people in the heart, like, wake up! A tree hits you in your house. So that's why I'm here. But it was wild. Like when I was dating her, she was cool. She was very cool. But she's kind of like, it was kind of like a tit for tat kind of situation. Like she touched my titty and I gave her tattoos. So that's how that went. Like she was wild though. Like she literally had a "Where are the wild things" tattoo on the crack of her back, and there's not really a joke there. I'm just telling you that she took things a little too literal. That's just how she was. You remember that? She's like, oh yeah, you remember that children's book? Thank you. I love it when people have to explain my joke. That means it's getting there. It's just not all the way there yet. Which is okay. But like my favorite thing about being in that relationship was the free access to drugs. I don't know about you guys, but free access to drugs is a beautiful thing. Like I'd get morphine, oxy, Benadryl extra strength, Benadryl Mighty, Benadryl Infinity War, just as many Benadryls as there was possible. Here's the thing, like when she gave me that, like we used to hang around a couple of friends and we call ourselves, like it was a group of us, like 5 of us, and we called ourselves the Mighty Morphine Power Rangers. If you guys get that joke, that's generational. That's a generational joke that works for any generation, because there's literally 15 versions of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, guys. Do you know the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? I'm talking, you don't know? Oh my God. The one person who I could have sworn there was like a new version of it right now. I don't even know what to compare Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to, because it's literally like, it's like Voltron. Do you know what Voltron? Oh my God, I am aging myself. Oh, that's the worst. It's okay, it's okay. Do you know what Captain Planet? Do you remember Captain Planet? No? Oh my God. All the adults are like, yeah, I remember that. That was back in my day. And all the kids are like, no, we don't know anything about that. Speaking of that, my kids caught me and my wife in the most compromising position. They caught us doing a TikTok video, and we were not happy about it. They were pissed. They were like, no, you don't get to take this from us. So we stopped doing that. No more TikTok videos if you're 40 and up. I think that's the rule. You don't get to just enjoy the labors of what the kids have figured out. You know what I mean? The only thing we could really do is go back to MySpace. That's really the only thing that we can do. Do you know MySpace? Do you know what MySpace is? Ah, that's beautiful. That's so awesome that you're that far removed that you have no idea what MySpace is. MySpace is what started Facebook, then started Instagram, then started all these other ones. It was like the original. It was like Star Wars. It was like the first of its kind. I'm gonna be honest though, like Corona has made me, like I'm starting to feel a little lonely, just because I've been in the house for way too long. So I started doing this thing where I would just go to Chick-fil-A and I go and I order a drink, and then I drive right back around, order fries, drive right back around, order a shake, drive right back around, order a chicken. That's usually the last thing that I order. I don't know about you guys, but like for my pleasures, it's pretty much like 6 Hail Marys. I read that in the Bible, in the Good Book of Polynesian. If you guys know that book, you guys read the Good Book of Polynesian? Nope. All right, 69 Hail Marys cures that gay thing. So, all right, that was a little too much. All right, I'm gonna stop there. But I'm glad you guys got it, for the ones that did get it. I do have kids. My favorite thing about my kids is I didn't realize how like gangster my kids are. My kids are a little gangster, but they're like suburban kids, so like they're a little too gangster. My youngest son did this thing where he stole my Bluetooth, put it underneath his pillow, and was like, "Dad, where's my damn tooth fairy money?" I was like, "Son, that's not how that works." So instead, I gave him 10G data, because that's what the kids want. That's what he really wanted. But my kids are cool though. They're like super cool kids. My son has a confidence problem. His teacher called us and was basically complaining and said, "Hey, we were taking roll today, and my son's name is Nasir, and sometimes we call him Nas." And the teacher asked him, "Hey, what do you prefer to be called?" And my son says, "Last name ever, first name greatest." So I think we've been listening a little too much Drake at the house, guys. I think that's what happens when Drake is on constant rotation. And for all the adults that don't know Drake, Drake is pretty much this generation's Beyonce, guys. That's what he is, and he's Canadian, so we don't like him that much. Like I have some like naughty material here, and then I gotta skip over it because there's kids present, and and I do not want that on my consciousness.
Here's the paramedic.
No, but it's okay. I've got stuff. Don't worry.
He's
I've got stuff. Are you the paramedic?
Yes.
Did you want to be a paramedic when you grew up?
32 years.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Give it up for him, guys. Yes, that's awesome. You missed all the paramedic jokes.
Oh,
Basically, I was basically saying you're a Mighty Morphine Power Ranger. That was the best part of it. All right, this is kind of naughty, so I'm just gonna go with it. Recently, I've been me and my lady, after a long day, we Netflix and chill, and every once in a while, like I don't know if you guys seen this new thing on the Netflix, but it asks you for are you still watching? And basically, new things asking you, are you still Netflixing, or are you still chilling? And then when you click on chilling, it takes you to like softcore kind of things. And here's what's crazy about that. Like, I've been watching this new kind of category, which is 401k softcore. And basically what it is when you watch your 401k get pounded by the economy. Anybody here lost any money? Anybody here lost any money?
Oh, yeah.
In the economy? No, just me? I'm the only one? Here's like, and I know that's a touchy subject for a lot, but when you see like your kids like college fund going from Georgia Tech to now like Gwinnett Tech Junior, you know what I'm saying? You're like, what happened? And you're like, yeah, Corona, the economy, that's what happened. I had a whole bit about getting pounded, and I'm going to skip it after that laugh. Which is okay. My son is, actually no, I'm gonna skip my kids. I'll just talk about my marriage, because that's much funnier. I've been married for 18 years, guys. 18 years. Not 18. I've been with my lady for 18. Been married for 11, 13. I forget the number. It's a lot.
Present sentence is the same.
It's a lot. After 9, we were just like, we lost count. We've been married for a long time. Can I give you guys a secret to a long-lasting relationship? Secret to a long-lasting relationship is not to be honest 100% of the time. That's how you keep it spicy. Still be honest. Here's how I know you shouldn't be honest. Me and my lady, we were having dinner one day. We were just eating out, and she catches me daydreaming, and she says, "Hey, what are you thinking about right now?" I was like, "All right, let me just be honest in this one moment." And I tell her, "I'm thinking about watching little Jewish kids roll down MLK Boulevard, singing the old Negro spiritual from the windows to the wall to the sweat drop down my matzo balls." That was the wrong answer. She was just asking about appetizers. So that conversation got cut short really, really quickly. But like, I can't be like honest with her either. You know what I mean? I can't be too honest with her. We were watching television the other day, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson comes on television. I don't know if you guys know Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, but he's a very good-looking man, very good-looking, very sexy man. And I was like, "Hey, babe, what do you think about The Rock? What do you think about The Rock?" Without skipping a beat, she says, "I'll bang him, make you watch and take notes." Okay, that's being a little too honest. I'm not going to do the rest of that because I still am staring at a kid. So. And she's staring at me and she's like, "Come on, tell me that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson shit."
I tell her stories, I say yeah.
That's so funny. It's completely okay, because I have other stuff, but I just thought you guys would enjoy the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson stuff. But it's okay, don't worry, I do have clean stuff. I do churches, I do all kinds of stuff. And I promise you I don't do the economy getting gangbanged stuff. I skip that real quick. I am enjoying my life. I've got 3 kids. I'm married. It's fun, like life has been good to me. It's been awesome. I've been like recently watching this show on Netflix called Marie Kondo Tidying Up. You guys watch that show? It's a really good show. It's like the concept of the show is like this little Asian lady that comes in your house and tells you, hey, if you've got a bunch of stuff. She basically helps hoarders and like people just clean up their mess in their house. It's a great show. And the concept of the show is like you go in your closet, you take something out, you ask yourself, does this bring me joy? And if it doesn't, you get rid of it. So I went in my closet, I got something out, and I was like, does this bring me joy? And now they're up for adoption. So if you guys want to adopt, you guys want to adopt 3 kids. Just this week, they were bad. They were terrible kids this week. But most of the time, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. And I do love them, and they're pretty awesome. What else? I don't know. I can come up with stuff, but man, I don't have stuff. How old are you, ma'am? 10? Like my stuff is like right at PG 11. You know what I mean? No, it's all good. But like, here's the thing. I'll just talk more about my kids because you can relate to this stuff. I am in an interracial relationship, so my kids look like the Golden State Warriors. If you guys know what that team looks like. For the three, no, my kids are what I like to call beautiful, and they look like the Golden State Warriors. And my son, like when we were, this has been recent, like we had to go through the process of potty training, and I'm African, my wife is Arabian, and we had to go through the process of potty training my kid, and I didn't realize how hard it was going to be, but like, you know, I sit him down and like he's doing his business, and it's number 2. He's doing number 2, and I'm in the room with him, and he wipes. He looks at the evidence, looks at me, looks at the evidence, looks at me, and then says, "Daddy, this looks like you." See, even the 10-year-old got it. And in that moment, you ask yourself, like, how do you make this like a teachable moment? Like, how do you make this a teachable moment when your son just says you look like shit, right? And all I could think of was, well, just keep wiping until it looks like your mom. So. Glad you guys enjoyed that one. I am African, like I told you guys. I'm not like your normal African. I'm not like your 35 cents a day African. I'm more like that African that hits you up on email. For all those that had Hotmail accounts back in the 90s. I'm that prince, and that's how I got here. That's the first one. She's like, yeah, I've been scared by those. Yep, that's what I am. I'm the prince she sponsors, so thank you for giving me your social security, your email address, your everything. No, but like, but I like living here. I've been here for a very long time, so it's not like I am an immigrant. So I did grow up in the United States, and so like one of the things that I realized is that like my parents are super immigrants, super like there's like a level, they're super immigrants, and my father, every time he comes and visit me, I used to live in Decatur, and every time he came to visit, he wanted to go shopping, and he wanted to go shopping. I was like, all right, Dad, let's go shopping. And specifically, he didn't know that Decatur was the lesbian capital of the world. So we go shopping, and he wanted to go shopping specifically for some boots. And I was like, oh, this is going to be hard, Dad. But he finds a pair of boots that he wants, and he puts his hand on a pair of boots that he wants. And he's met by this very large lesbian woman who also has her hands on the same pair of boots. And my father looks at this lesbian and he's like, you cannot have the puss and the boots. No. That's a Puss in Boots joke. And if you don't know what Puss in Boots, you're just not gonna get it. I can't tell if that's PG-10 or PG-11. Is that too much? She didn't get it, so it was good. Good. Yeah, she's good. Classic Puss in Boots, guys. Classic Puss in Boots. But I am, what else? I'm a worker. I do things. I've been working on myself. Anybody here been working on themselves? Like just like everybody, you know, like just scrolling through Instagram looking for motivation, like hashtag, you know, I'm dying Thursdays. No one, I'm the only one. No, I don't really have anything. There's not really much to be motivated by these days. But I will say, like, I'll say, like, first responders, like, give me hope because, you know, you guys are, like, on the front lines. You guys got to go there. You guys got to make it happen. Here's the thing, I think I have a solution for fixing the coronavirus. It's a little far-fetched, but I think I do. Here's what it is. It's basically in the power of ladies. Ladies, you guys hold the power. If you guys wanted everyone to quarantine, just tell your men that you have sex with them for 14 days straight. And I promise you, no one will get out. That's just, you see how the guys are clapping? The girls are. That's usually how you solve coronavirus. Somebody put me on the task force right now. All right, let me end it on this. I'm a tall man, as you guys can see. I'm a very tall man. I'm the kind of tall where like, I didn't realize there was like superpowers to being tall. Like the kind of tall where like the last time I went into a bathroom, like I'm doing number one and there's like the stall and usually like the wall separator and this guy is taking care of business in number two, but he could see the top of my head. He's like, "Hey, can you see me?" I wasn't looking, but now that you mentioned it, you're wiping wrong. So I had to teach a grown man how to wipe his butt. And I just broke it to him. I was like, all right, look at me, look at it, look at me. And if it looks like you, then that's how you know it's working. So. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. I have been Yoshee. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much. Let's give it up.